There are two components to what we do in building. These units, although they're market rate, the best quality we can build, we bring two things to the community: the units themselves and jobs. We also come with a manufacturing plant that we have already, we're in negotiations now with the building and facility, that brings 45 jobs day one.
In 1977, a vote was taken in the Cook Road area to whether to incorporate that community or to annex into the city of Shreveport. The residents chose to annex. The mayor, myself, Ms. Moore from the community development, we all met with these gentlemen 3 or 4 months ago, and we liked what we saw, and we all sent letters of recommendations and appreciation for this effort. Mr. Chairman, thank you. The only regret I have is that, and I thought, again, I'm not going to apologize. I will apologize that I did not bring it to the community, to some of the community organizations that are up there, so that they'll be more informed about it. But I will move forward in that endeavor to address any of these questions with any of the residents who are not informed on the quality of this project.
Since you mentioned about not having had a chance to talk to community organizations and so forth in that area prior to today,
yes,
will that be an option on the table as we go through this particular request?
Well, I think because the support is strong from the city and from some state entities, I would not like to see this delayed because they're working in a project.
Irma Rogers, 1920 Michoud Street, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71107. Chairman and all members of the MPC board and staff, I signed up in opposition due to the fact that there are some members of my community who retain property on 5th Avenue near Audrey Lane, and they did get a letter, but they did not understand the development. The reason why I'm torn with that is because I do understand business, and sometimes big business doesn't wait. So I will leave that in you guys' hand. I understand the proposal. I understand what they're saying. The only thing that I would like is that if you have something in writing, I'm almost certain that the organization will be okay with that. We just simply want it in writing. Once we have it in writing, we're okay. If you get it in writing, I don't think we need a delay. If we can't get it in writing, then yes, there should be further discussion.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Just so Ms. Rogers understands, the application before you is for rezoning. And you won't have anything in writing, so if she's interested in having a discussion with the residents of the MLK area, she needs to request that you defer and continue to get all of the information that's going to be available, because you won't be getting it.
But this is a tandem project. It has multifamily and it has manufacturing. The manufacturing element of what we do, we would have been happy to get out and say, hey, we've got this coming, but we're pushing negotiations. We have already gotten tremendously as far as the process is concerned. This is 60 jobs that come online here in the next 8 months. So I'm asking you to push forward with the vote today.
We're talking about concerns about spot zoning or something. I think that's what the staff is concerned about.
And as you know, we will never recommend or advocate spot zoning in any neighborhood in the city of Shreveport. Spot zoning is not appropriate, and it should not be encouraged. And this is strongly a case of spot zoning in the midst of a single-family residentially zoned neighborhood.
My concern is more related to the master plan. We keep, kind of picking and choosing when to follow it and when not to follow it. And also the concerns from the other neighbors, because there seems to be a lot of questions, and there seems to be a rush to make a decision, and that, to me, if you cannot wait 2 or 3 weeks or a month and talk to your neighbors, for me, I just think that they should be heard, before we make the decision.
Mr. Curtis?
I think, and you've heard me say, I think some people here from the parish have heard me talk about pulling the Band-Aid off. And so I definitely have no concern when it comes to making a move based on the individual facts particular to the particular scenario. And when I look at this, I look out in the audience and I see my good friend Irma Rogers. Yeah. And Irma is as big a fire starter as you're gonna ever run into. Mm-hmm. And she's gonna put her foot in the ground when it comes to it. And I think she came here today and she heard what this gentleman had to say. I think if we look at it again in a vacuum, it may not be appropriate insofar as you talk about the spot zone and then making moves based on the master plan. But as I try to look at it from a broader perspective. I look at Councilman Bradford sitting in the audience, who knows this community and has known this community for longer than I've been alive, and I'm definitely not a spring chicken. And so I think that they know best what they need and what they want out in their community.